Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCTM PBS SoCal, and we're partnering with the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. Let's start with you, Libby. What do we know about voter turnout so far?
Well, with just 5 days until Election Day, Los Angeles County voters have cast more than 2 million ballots, mostly by mail and at ballot drop boxes. That means Angelinos have already surpassed half the vote total for the 2016 presidential election. At the same point in 2016, LA County saw fewer than 600,000 votes cast. So, by comparison, people are voting earlier and in much bigger numbers in 2020. It's hard to compare apples to apples because this is the first election in which every eligible LA County voter received a ballot in the mail because of COVID-19. But other California counties are also seeing a huge early turnout, evidence that people are engaged, and awareness campaigns to get folks to take advantage of safe, secure early voting have been successful. The Orange County Registrar says returns there are about 20% ahead of the same time period in 2016. Like LA, Orange County also mailed ballots to every registered voter in the March primary.
The pandemic has delivered a big financial hit to American Legion posts, which are having to come up with new ways to generate revenue. Robert has that story.
Yeah, American Legion posts are really community hubs for veterans and their families, and we've got more than 400 of them here in California. During the pandemic, many have had to shut their doors to vets looking to grab a cheap drink or rent out their halls for an event. And for many posts, that's pretty much their whole business model. An estimated 20% of the posts in California are in danger financially of having to close for good due to the losses. I spoke with veterans who told me besides that, it's really been hard not having the place where they're used to coming together closed up for the time being. But Legionnaires are innovating. I went to a physically distanced comedy night in the parking lot of Monterey Park's Post 397. That was put on as a fundraiser. And there were drive-in movies you can go to at other posts. It's kind of one good thing to come out of this year. The American Legion isn't really known for changing with the times, but that's what's had to happen during the pandemic for local posts to survive. So some vets are hoping that sticks.
The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department begins a new era on Friday when it will release its first ever body camera video from a deputy shooting someone. Frank, tell us more.
Yeah, the department just this month started outfitting deputies with cameras at 5 of its busiest stations. And within days, a deputy fatally shot 25-year-old Fred Williams in the Willowbrook neighborhood of South LA. Private security video shows a deputy firing his gun, but Williams is around the corner of a house out of view when it happens. So the body camera mounted on the deputy's chest would be expected to show whether Williams pointed a gun at him, as the deputy claims. Under California law, the sheriff must release the footage within 45 days of the shooting unless it would impede the investigation. And, Sheriff Alex Villanueva has promised to release this video ahead of time, sometime Friday. Finally, this comes amid a series of controversial shootings by deputies. Villanueva hopes the video will help rebuild trust in the department.
And finally today, earlier this year, LA Council member Jose Huizar was removed after allegations of political corruption. Natalie produced an interview with his successor, Kevin De Leon, who discussed his priorities for the district.
Yeah, so you might remember Kevin De Leon as the former president pro tem of the California State Senate. Now he's the new council member for District 14 in LA, which encompasses Boyle Heights and parts of Northeast LA and also downtown Los Angeles. It has the biggest concentration of unhoused people in all of the US. So De Leon said that one of his big priorities is addressing homelessness and housing affordability. He talked to us about the potential for prefabricated modular units, which he says would cost less than $150,000 to build, and about how he wants to look for LA city and county land, where to build that. We asked him about funding, and he said there could be something akin to Measure HHH, which was the 2016 bond proposal, which was meant to fund supportive housing. And outside of that, he talked to us about the density of freeways in his district and the need to improve air quality.
Thank you, Natalie, and thank you all at the KPCC and LAist newsroom, and thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow.